Let's begin. Adjust your sitting posture and close your eyes. Become aware of the whole body. And see if you need to make any adjustments to your posture. Doesn't matter how your posture is. Are you comfortable? When the body is comfortable, we don't feel its presence. It's only any discomfort, dis-ease that makes us aware of certain parts, certain aspects of the body. So when we are healthy, completely at ease, you hardly feel the presence of the body. There is a lightness, an activeness in the body. There is that upward energy. When you are exhausted, when you are ill, you notice there is a heaviness, a downward pull which is stronger. Today, become aware of that part of you that is observing the body. Observing your breath. Observing the state of mind, the mental activity. Who is it who is observing all this about you? Just for today's practice, let us try to imagine that we are the space. That part of us that is observing is the space all around us, is the space within us. The space within the body may not be too obvious to us. But as we start coming into that lightness in the body, you will feel that space element within as well. Everything in matter is largely made of space. It is just about becoming aware of that space, the feeling of spaciousness within. So whether you feel the space within, can you feel that you are the space around the body? The part of you that is observing everything is the space. Your body is just one of the things in that space. Your mind, your breath are all things happening within this space. Any sensations on the body, deeper within the body, are all happening in this space. Now, for a few moments, just go back to feeling that you are this body. You are the mind. Forget about the space. Feeling that you are just what this physical form, this body is. You are all the thoughts and emotions that are happening right now. You can even mentally just tell yourself, I am this body. I am my thoughts and feelings. And see how that feels. Being limited to this physical form. And now slowly again, go back to thinking that that part of you that is constantly observing, is aware of everything, is expanding even beyond the body. Thinking that you are the space within and around the body. Does that bring any difference? Who are you now? Being the space, do you feel confined, limited to the body, to the form? You can even tell yourself that I am the space around this body mind, within the body mind. I am more than just the body mind. Can you feel your presence around the body, even outside of the body? For today's practice, we will try to maintain this awareness that you are the space which is unlimited. But today, if you can feel your presence even around the body or just around the body, that is good. Now, as the awareness, observe the body. Observe how the body is held. Observe the inner body sensations. Observe the breathing. Even as the space around, you are present in the body, in the breathing. Observe the mental activity. You are present in that too. Visualizing, thinking that I am the space within and beyond the body. Our identification with the body and mind start reducing a little bit more. You can see the body for what it is, aware of all parts. You can see the thoughts and emotions for what they are, knowing that they are a part of you, but you are more than that. Now, with that same awareness, being the awareness, let us chant 3 rounds of Om. Continue to remain that awareness, that space around this form. Now exhale and take a nice breath in. Remain aware. Be the awareness, the space around and within. I will constantly remind you of this during the practice. Now bringing your palms together, you can rub your palms, cup your eyes, and take a few moments to slowly blink your eyes open. Even as you open your eyes, can you remain that awareness? Let's start our asana practice. Today in lying down position, lying down on the back. Let's start bringing that upward energy through both the limbs, hands and the legs. So bend your knees. Bring your knees to the chest. Placing your palms on your knees. Just roll side to side. Releasing any stiffness in the back. And coming back to the center. You can keep your hands down by the side and just start straightening the knees, bending them again. Gentle movement in the legs. Now keep your legs straight, pointed up towards the ceiling. Just move your ankles a few times. You can point and flex the toes and make a few circles with both the feet. And reverse. Move your toes a few times, spreading them open, clenching them. And slowly bend the knees. Place the feet on the mat. Now we'll raise the arms up. Make a loose fist. Rotate the wrist. Reverse. Now move your fingers open and shut, as wide as you can, clenching the fist, spreading them open. And relax the arms. Now bring your knees to the chest again. This time we'll move the legs and the hands. So as you breathe in, you will straighten the knees and take the hands overhead. As you breathe out, bend the knees, bring the hands back by the side of the body. So we get both movements simultaneously. Breathing in, straighten the knees, arms go back. Breathing out, you bend the knees, arms come down. One last round. And after this round, place your feet down on the mat again. Yes. Now you can interlock your fingers behind the head. Keeping your feet together, slowly open the knees wide and bring them back together like butterfly. Gentle movement. One last round. And coming back to the center, move your feet apart as wide as the mat. Keeping the feet apart, keep the knees together. You can keep the knees closer together. Now we'll do the twisting like in the shape of a windshield wipers. So as you breathe out, drop both the knees to one side, breathe in center, breathe out to the other side. Remain the awareness, the one that is watching the movement. Observe what's happening with the body, with the breath. One last round on both sides. And coming back to the center. Release your legs, stretch them out. Keep your hands by the side of the body. Today we'll do dynamic active movements, leg lifts. lifting both the legs, slightly lifting the upper body also and pointing the arms forward. You can look once if you want. So simultaneously, we lift the legs, point the hands forward, lift the head up, and slowly go back. You can either breathe in when you raise the legs or breathe out. Now, if this feels too intense, with the knees bent, you can do the same thing. So keeping your feet on the mat, you can slowly lift up and go back. So either with the legs straight or the legs bent. Continue for a few rounds until I tell you. Can you remain the awareness through this? Focus on bringing the legs up vertical. Doesn't matter how you lift the upper body, how much it goes. Remain the awareness, the space around. Just a few more rounds. Observe the work happening in the muscles, but try to remain the awareness. One last round. Anytime you feel it's too intense, you can always stop, even before you hear me say stop. So finish the last round and relax. Being the awareness, observe the sensations in the body. And now we'll do a low boat pose where we hold for a bit, which means we raise the upper body and the legs simultaneously and just hold there for a bit. If this is intense, you can keep the knees slightly bent also. Take a few breaths there. Even though this is intense, can you remain that awareness? And slowly release. Relax the body. Bend your knees, bringing your knees to the chest. Now place your palms underneath the thighs. We'll rock forward and back. You can cross your feet at the ankles and slowly try to rock forward with the knees bent. When you go back, you can straighten the knees a bit. That will give the momentum. Massaging all the little muscles along the spine. One last round, and then we'll come up to a seated position. Sitting up. This time sit up, stretch the legs to the front, and take a few moments in Dandasana. Are you the awareness, the presence that is all around, beyond the body and mind? Aware of the body, aware of the breathing. aware of any thoughts and emotions. You are the awareness. Now remaining the witness, the awareness, bend your knees. Place your palms a little behind you with the fingers pointing to the front of the mat. So we'll do a few rounds of reverse tabletop. So roll the shoulders open, chest is open. Your palms are a little behind the hips, fingers pointing to the front. Now from here, as we breathe in, you can adjust the position of the legs after the first round. As you breathe in, you raise the hips to form the shape of a table. As you breathe out, you bring the hips back to the mat. Let's go this way for a few rounds. Be the witness, the space around, and see if your hips are feeling open, the chest is open. Aware of every part of the body. Now you can stop for a bit. After this, we'll continue for a few more rounds, but if you want to take it a little further, what you can do is keep your legs straight. And even with the legs straight, you can continue the same way. So as you raise your hips, you place the feet down and raise the hips up. And as you come back, take your hips back between your palms. So either the earlier version with the knees bent or with the knees straight. We'll continue for a few more rounds. Remind yourself, be the awareness. Aware of the whole body. Last round. And then you can relax either in Sukhasana or Dandasana, whatever feels comfortable. Be the awareness. That aspect, that part of you that is constantly observing everything that's happening with you. Can you be the space around your body? Even as the space, you are present around and within the body and mind. In the same state now, you can take the legs back and come into a kneeling position. Kneeling, your knees are as wide as the hip joints. There's a slight gap between the knees. Your toes can be either stretched out or tucked in, whatever helps you remain stable. Now roll the shoulders up, back, and down, and place your palms a little below the buttock. That is just to keep our awareness and make sure that the legs are not moving too much behind. Keeping the legs as they are, we're only moving the upper body now. The next movement is where we breathe in and arch back gently. Breathing out, we lean forward as far as possible without moving the legs. So see how much the torso allows you to move back and forth. So the movement may not be much when you go forward, which is okay. Just bring your chin to the chest and lean forward. So this will affect the region of the solar plexus, the upper abdomen. So continue with your breath, being the awareness. The first movement we did, lying on the mat, lifting the legs, worked on the lower abdomen more. This one works more on the upper abdomen. Very little movement of the legs, the thighs, which means the hips also. Sometimes this movement can feel more stable with the toes tucked in. See if you want to adjust. See how much your upper body allows you to arch and lean forward. One last round. Knowing that you're also the space, the awareness. And after you're done, you can come back to the center. Bring your feet, your knees closer together and just sit back in Vajrasana for a bit. Remain the awareness. Even intense body movements or the subtlest of body movements, when we can remain the awareness, not identified, the body opens up more, taking the benefits deeper, longer lasting. Being the awareness, feel the flow of energy. Can you feel it throughout the body? Aware of the body, the energy flow, the breathing, any thoughts and emotions. Acknowledging everything, we'll continue to remain the awareness as we move through the next set of practices. Now we'll come to tabletop position, placing the palms in front, The wrists right under the shoulders. And from here, stretch one leg back, coming to your toes, and stretch the other to come into a plank. So the movement is going to be between upward dog and downward dog. So spread your fingers so that the weight is spread throughout the palm and the fingers as well. It's not only on the wrist. Your shoulders are right above the wrist. Now as you breathe in, lower your hips and look up. Your toes can remain tucked in throughout the practice. As you breathe out, raise the hips, going into a downward dog. Stretching every muscle in the body. So we'll move between these two. If it feels intense, you can place the knees down and then work on the upward dog. Keep the knees down or lift the knees, whatever is comfortable. And even to go back, you can stay on the knees and then go into a downward dog, trying to push the heels to the mat. So we keep transitioning between this. Can you remain the awareness, aware of every part of the body as you move? Aware of your breathing. Knowing that you're strong enough to continue through the practice. Remember, you can always take an intermediate step of bringing the knees down and then going up or going down. And anytime you feel it's too much for you, you can stop the practice as well. We'll continue for a few more rounds. All these movements we've done today are focusing on core, the core muscles, strengthening them, toning them, releasing any tightness, rigidity. One last round. Going into the upward dog as you breathe in. Into the downward dog as you breathe out. And this time, bring your knees to the mat. You can open your knees out wide. Stretch the toes to the back. Let the big toes come towards each other. We'll sit in a wide knee balasana. Slowly walk your palms back if needed to sit back. Taking your buttocks to the heels. Look to the front. See how much you can stretch your arms, but keep them comfortable. Your elbows can also relax and drop your head, forehead to the mat. Allow the belly to settle between the thighs. Allow the chest to come closer to the mat. Be the space around. Be the awareness. Recognize that part of you that is aware of everything that is happening with your form, with the body mind. And slowly coming back to tabletop. Bring your knees closer together. You can sit back in Vajrasana and then take your legs out from the side, stretching them to the front, coming into the Dandasana. And from here, we'll slowly bend the legs to come into an ankle to knee pose. You bend the left leg first. See if you can keep the knee and ankle in a straight line as much as possible. Bring the knee in and then stack the other leg over it. The right ankle on top of the left knee, the right knee on top of the left heel or ankle. If your ankle is in the lower ankle, see how much you can bring it out comfortably to form a nice triangle between your legs. To whatever extent, sometimes if there's tightness on the hips, it might look like a cross-leg position, which is okay. But just remember that we are working towards keeping the left and the right lower leg stacked as if like logs on top of each other. Your back is straight. You are the awareness who is observing whether the back is straight, the legs are stacked comfortably. And now we'll go into a side stretch to the right. If the right leg is on top, we bend to the right, lateral stretch, opening up the sides of the body. So breathe in and raise your arms up. As you breathe out, slowly leaning to the right, place the palm down. Take your time. See how far you can go comfortably. Are you active in all parts of the body? If your body allows, going down to the elbow. Otherwise, even if the elbow is not touching the mat, wherever you're comfortable. And if you feel a pinch in that upper arm, see if you want to move it a little more to the front or a little more away from the head. Find that comfort. You can keep your eyes closed. Be the awareness. Just feeling that you're the space around and within. Does that make a difference to how you're holding the posture? How you feel about the posture or what is happening in the body-mind? Be aware of whether you're clenching any muscles or keeping the body open to get the benefits of the posture. Be aware of your breathing. And slowly we'll come back up. Release the hands, release the legs. Take a few moments. Observing all the sensations when you come out of a posture. And now moving to the other side. This time the right leg goes down first, knee and ankle as far as possible in one line, and then stack the other foot on top. The other knee, the left knee, over the right heel and ankle as much as possible. Back straight. Now breathe and raise your arms up. Take your time. And as you breathe out, this time leaning to the other side. Go gentle. See how far you can go. And suppose you feel something is intense, you can always adjust to make it a little lighter, easier. Adjust the position of the upper arm. moving it forward, away from the head, wherever it's comfortable. And go back to being the awareness. Aware of the body, the breath. See if moving the arm forward or bending it or straightening helps release any numbing sensations if they're there in the shoulder. Remain a witness to the body, the posture. Are you aware of any clenching or of an easy state in the body? No holding of any kind. Open to what the posture brings. And we'll slowly come back up. Taking your time. Release the arms, release the legs. Take a few moments. Now come back to a Sukhasana. Adjusting your posture, your palms facing upward on your knees. You can hold a chin mudra. Eyes closed. Come back to being the awareness, the space around and within. And be aware of the body, how you're holding it. Aware of the sensations running through the body. For our pranayama practice today, we will practice Udgeet pranayama, which is a pranayama as well as a chanting practice. It works on the subtle energy, the flow of prana, the chanting, releasing any blockages in the flow of prana. Udgeet. Today we will split the Om into 3 syllables, A, U, M. We will chant each of them individually. The Akara, focusing on the lower part of the body below the navel. The Ukara, focusing on the torso, feeling the vibrations in the center of the body between the neck and the navel. And the humming, the Makara, focusing on the head region above the neck. So we'll start with 5 rounds of Akara. Again, see if you can remain the awareness, remain the space around and within as you chant. No clenching, as effortless. Start breathing through your belly first. Breathing in all the way to the belly button. Breathing up and out from the belly region. Now continuing with that pace of breathing, let's start with the Akara as you chant A for 5 rounds as you exhale, trying to feel the vibration. Or simply keep your attention on the navel and below, and you'll feel the vibrations there. Remain the awareness. Exhale. Take a nice breath in. Um, ah, ah, Take a pause after you finish the 5 rounds. And moving your awareness to the heart and the center of the torso. We'll chant the Okara, keeping our awareness between the navel and the neck. Take a breath in. Remain the space around. Relaxed and easy. Make sure you've not locked any part of the body into the position, clenching, holding. Relaxed and easy mentally. We do move to the humming, the Makara, focusing on the forehead and the entire, feeling the vibrations in the entire head and neck. Only stay with the vibrations. Breathing in. Let's go for 5 rounds. Mm-hmm. 、 Mm-hmm. Be the awareness. Now you are aware of the whole body. Doesn't matter where you feel the vibrations or how the vibrations flow. Just for 3 rounds, staying relaxed and easy, remaining that awareness, being the awareness. We will chant 3 rounds of Om. Remain aware of the whole body. Exhale. Take a nice breath in. Aware of the flow of energy, the subtle sensations. Continue to be the space of awareness and slowly take your body into a lying down position. Relaxing, releasing, letting go into the vibrations that are still happening, and from there into the silence, dropping into stillness. Lying down, let go completely, dropping into that stillness, the silence. the space around and within. Today's practice, we tried to visualize or feel that we are the space around and within. That space is silence and stillness. So continue to just feel that you are the space. Your body, your mind, all drawn into that space of stillness, silence, nothingness. The mind is the one that can try to wander off. See if the mind can gently be trained to enjoy the stillness, the silence for a short while. Even if it wanders off, bringing it back to the stillness, the space of silence. For just another minute, there's nowhere else for it to be. The stillness, silence is the space of health, contentment, ease, fearlessness, strength. Continuing to be the space of awareness within and around, can the body start moving, becoming active again? Fingers, toes, hands, legs. You can even give yourself a gentle full body stretch and slowly come up to a seated position. Drop your awareness to the heart center. Feeling love and gratitude for this body mind that we have received, that are supporting us constantly in everything we do, in expressing that life force, being an expression of that life force energy. With that gratitude and love, let us wish well for all beings with the closing prayer. So taking a nice breath in, feeling the prayer as we chant, let us begin. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. You can rub your palms actively. Stop your eyes. Feel free to move that energy across your face, head, the rest of the body. And slowly blink your eyes open. Thank you.